Let's just get right into it with a very harsh truth. If you are buying gold jewelry in India as an investment, you are literally losing money. And no, I'm not kidding. For generations, we've all been told that buying a new necklace or a beautiful set of bangles is a smart way to invest. But the cold, hard reality? It's probably one of the worst ways to try and grow your wealth with gold. I mean, just look at this number. The second you walk out of that jeweler shop, your investment could already be down by as much as 25%. And you're probably asking, how is that even possible? Well, it's because of those crazy high making charges and the 3% GST that just, poof, vanishes. You never see that money again. You're starting from a huge loss. So how do we fix this? How do you actually invest in pure 24-karat gold legally and safely with as little as 10 rupees using nothing but the phone in your pocket? Well, that is exactly what we're going to break down right now. It's time to get smart about gold. First up, let's talk about the absolute easiest way to get started: digital gold. Honestly, this has completely changed the game for anyone in India who wants to start small. So what exactly is it? Well, you're buying real 99.9% pure physical gold. But, and this is the key, instead of you having to worry about storing it, it's kept safe for you in super high security insured vaults. Think of it like you have your own personal Fort Knox, but you don't have to pay for the guards. And check out how ridiculously easy it is. We're talking less than 30 seconds. You can literally take the spare change from your coffee order and instantly turn it into pure gold. The barrier to entry, it's practically non-existent. Okay, but here comes the reality check, and you really need to hear this. Digital gold is currently not regulated by SEBI. That's India's big market regulator. What does that mean for you? It means there's what we call platform risk. If the app you're using goes bust, getting your money or gold back could be tricky. On top of that, you're still paying that 3% GST on every single purchase. So while it's amazing for micro savings, you gotta know the risks. All right, now let's level up. If you're looking for a bit more security, something a little more formal, then we need to talk about gold ETFs and gold mutual funds. This, my friends, is how the pros invest in gold without ever having to touch a physical coin or bar. This chart breaks it down perfectly. Just think of it this way. Gold ETFs are like buying shares of gold, just like you'd buy shares of a company on the stock market. For that, you need a demat account. Now, if that sounds like too much of a hassle, gold mutual funds are your answer. They're basically funds that do the work of buying the ETFs for you, and you don't need a demat account to get started. Simple, right? And here is why this route is just so powerful. First, and most importantly, it's regulated by SEBI. That means your investment is protected. Second, you pay 0 GST on your purchase. That's an instant 3% you're saving compared to physical or digital gold. Plus, no making charges, no storage costs, no risk of theft, and you can sell it instantly. It's just incredibly efficient. Okay, if ETFs are the smart choice for trading, then sovereign gold bonds, or SGBs, are the long-term investor's secret weapon. This right here is the government-backed heavyweight champion of gold investing. You see, these aren't issued by some private company. SGBs come directly from the Reserve Bank of India on behalf of the government of India itself. It just doesn't get any safer or more credible than that. You're basically buying a government bond where your final payout is tied to the price of gold. And this is the magic number. This is what makes SGBs truly special. On top of any money you make from the price of gold going up, the government pays you an extra 2.5% interest every single year. Let that sink in. The gold bar sitting in a locker pays you nothing. SGBs actually pay you to own them. Now, of course, there's a catch. You can't have everything. SGBs are designed for building long-term wealth, so they come with an 8-year lock-in period. Now, you can sell them after 5 years, but really, all the biggest benefits, especially the amazing tax breaks, are for people who hold on for the full term. But what if you're thinking, look, I actually do want to buy jewelry for a wedding or a big festival? Is there a smarter way to plan for that huge expense? Absolutely. And that's where jewelers' savings schemes come in. So famous schemes, like the ones from Tanishq, basically work like this. You pay a set amount every month for, say, 10 months. Then at the end of the term, the jeweler gives you a big discount, sometimes equal to a whole month's payment. So let's be clear, you're not investing here. You are planning for a purchase and getting a fantastic discount that helps you fight back against those high making charges we talked about at the beginning. All right, let's take a quick but super important look at taxes. Because, it's not about how much you make, it's about how much you get to keep.
Just look at the difference here. Digital gold and ETFs, yep, you'll pay a long-term capital gains tax on your profits. But look at the last row, SGBs. If you hold them for the full 8 years to maturity, your profits are completely 100% tax-free. This is an absolute game changer for anyone serious about building wealth over the long haul.
Whew. Okay, we have covered a ton of ground. So now the big question is, how do you put all this information together into a simple, clear plan that works for you? Let's do it. It really just comes down to your personal goal. If you just want to build a saving habit with your spare change, digital gold is perfect. If you want to actively buy and sell gold and need instant access to your money, gold ETFs are the tool for you. For building serious tax-free wealth over many years, absolutely nothing beats SGBs. And finally, if a beautiful piece of jewelry is your ultimate goal, then a jeweler scheme is the smartest way to plan for it. You see, there's no single best way to invest in gold for everyone. There's only the best way for you. So after seeing all the options, which one of these 4 methods makes the most sense for your money and your goals? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Drop a comment below and let me know your plan.